Welcome back to more of Let's Play EG. I'm your host, Bright Roar, and this is Sector 3 Conflict. Alrighty, let's get this ball rolling with Sector 3, the first stage of EG, where the game finally lets go of your hand, and says, hey, have at it. We're going to paint the walls a lovely shade of purple, which is the color of Tazen blood. Sector 3 is also the first stage of EG, where the pacifist and aggressive runs will significantly differ. As we're about to learn from a logbook, there might be a little dissent among the Tazen troops concerning Elite Crotera. So things aren't looking so hot for the Tazen right now. Let me mention before I forget, you'll notice I have the rocket launcher and 2 more points in my stats than I did before. That's because I went back to sectors 1 and 2 and collected the supercharges as requested, and we'll be doing that from now on. Now we could just drop down through this shaft right here, but we don't want to do that, otherwise we miss another one of Maya's ribbons. Let me apologize for this redundancy here. I had forgotten the game actually tells you that if you miss a ribbon, you can't collect any more. So, sorry. Coming up ahead, there is a fork in the road. You can either take the left or right path. I'm gonna take the left because the rewards are a little bit better. And we'll be able to score a couple of environmental kills too. I do appreciate the fact that Ramar threw in a couple different ways to take down your enemies, and it really does add a lot of variety to your killing. Of course, explosions are my personal favorite, and they are always the best. That's an objective fact, by the way. Alrighty, let's collect this Nano Overload and get the best power-up in the game, Nano Blast. It provides you with an explosive shotgun, and it's pretty much the best thing ever. Really though, the Nano Blast is way too much fun to play with. And all I can really say is, welcome to the party. So that Nano Overload saved me a ton of rocket launcher ammo, because while the machine gun is great for tearing up his soldiers and scouts, it's not too effective against commanders. And considering the scarcity of rocket launcher ammo, I really appreciate it. Got very lucky. Let's climb on up this ventilation shaft, and we're about to read a logbook that I want you to keep in the back of your mind. Don't forget it's there. So hey, here is our armor upgrade. It now protects us against armor damaging weapons. Still not a lot of protection against explosions though, so gotta watch out for those rockets. Let's rip through these soldiers and scouts and check out these chumps. Nice job. Although the commander up here, well, he gave me a little bit more trouble than I thought he would. Partially it was my own fault though. As you'll see in a second, I blasted him over the edge with a rocket, and that meant he landed on a sloped surface, and fights on sloped surfaces never end well. You seriously don't want to be there. That was pretty sloppy on my end. Now what do we have here? Meet the Kamado, specifically the Kamado Trooper. This was a scout team sent out to exterminate Tazin. Why they want to do that, well, we don't know yet, but we will find out. So these troopers are armed with a shock splinter and a pulse cannon, the red and green weapons respectively. They're pretty tough, but not too tough. Got decent reflexes so they can dodge our rockets. Essentially, they are the Kamado equivalent of the Tazin soldier. Now once we take this guy down, we're going to go ahead and collect the supercharge, and that requires a hidden skill known as Nano Reboot. By pressing C 4 times while ducking, and then Z, we can hack our own nano field and reset all of our points. This way we can spin them anew and solve many of the puzzles in EG. Right now what we're doing is upgrading our Kamado high enough to wield the pulse cannon, and then our crack to level 6, as that'll allow us to combine the resonance detonator and the pulse cannon we just picked up. Doing this allows us to create the Hyper Pulse. Now what this does, as you're about to read, besides knocking down enemies if they've got 33% armor left, it can also destroy shield doors, assuming your strength level is high enough. This is pretty good. I've never been a huge fan of the Hyper Pulse. I think it's a little too situational, but apparently it's pretty good. And as you see, we'll be using it to solve this little puzzle right here. Not too tough. And once you do that, you got a little bit of ammo to pick up, and there's your supercharge. Now from here I'm going to go ahead and upgrade all of my stats back to where they were, and you can also check out the pulse cannon right there. Pretty cool. Only guarded by a single Tazin. A Tazin soldier, in fact. Now this Tazin soldier, her fate will directly affect someone else's in the future. And you all voted to rip her to pieces. And so it's been done. You'll have to live with the consequences. There's a Tazin cyborg station, so we're gonna go ahead and upgrade our Tazin to the right level, collect the weapons, and re-crack them all. While doing so, I also managed to create these spread rockets. It does what you think it does. You got more rockets coming out at once. It's pretty cool, and great for taking down large enemies. And with that, let's ride this lift up and go meet Protera. Time for the first boss of EG, the Tazon Elite Protera. We're face to face with this deadly adversary, who to be honest is kind of a pushover. There's really not much that makes him different from regular Tazon Elites. Besides the fact that he has turrets flying all over the place and a dual machine gun, it's not that bad. Although there is this one attack he's got. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. But to be honest, he's not that difficult. If I weren't trying to pad out this fight so much, I could finish him off a lot faster. The main strategy here is take out the turrets, watch out for his special attack, and just hit him with what you got. It's really a battle of seeing who can kill who first. Anyways, Protera is about to fall. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time in Sector 4.